What's going on, guys? This is Smitty here, and in this video talking about the numerical ratings and how they need to be more compartmentalized in the game. Now, if you've been following me from the beginning, you know how I feel about the numerical ratings versus the abilities. Like, I'd rather see abilities and tendencies instead of having these hard-coded number ratings, because you have these numbers where you literally have two digits separating the greatness between one player and another, which doesn't make much sense to me. So, I believe that stuff needs to definitely change. But since we have these ratings right now, as you can see, as I scroll through here in the footage here, Don Carey has ratings for everything across the board, when it's not necessary to give him a rating with all these different criteria, because you're pretty much just guessing. So instead of doing it that way, why not have it compartmentalized to just his position? Like, as you can see here, I went into his traits and his skills. You have his tendencies, which is fine, but then his skills, it should just be the handful of skill ratings that he has, and that's it. That's all you should see for your safeties, for quarterbacks, for your O-linemen, for your kickers, whatever. Like you see here with Crosby. You see his tendencies, and then you see his skills. They're only showing the ones that for the most part are going to apply to his position. And that's all we need to see going forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, we definitely need to see that. Like I said, since this game is ran off of that system right now, that's something that we definitely need to see. To having all these different rating criteria and everything, really, like I said, it doesn't make much sense to have all these different ratings. But see, the key problem is that all these ratings are not truly playing a factor in the game right now. You know what I'm saying? And as I shown in the last video there with the quarterbacking, all these ratings are not playing true. Even the player tendencies are not playing true in the game right now. And that definitely has to change. Like, if Calvin Johnson plays the ball in the air, I need to see him attacking that ball at the highest point, not just putting his hands out and looking for that over the shoulder drop into his hands. Like, he needs to attack the ball when there's two defenders standing there in front of him. Instead, the defenders attack the ball, but he doesn't. You see what I mean? But to get back on track here, this is the kind of stuff that we need to see with the different skill ratings. Like I said, from the D ends to the O linemen to the tight ends, halfbacks, so on and so forth. Now, there's also another aspect of the game that needs to be added into the game as well. I'm going to show you guys here in just a moment here as I transition. Alright guys, I'm back. Now, as you guys see here, this is the abilities that they had from Madden 08. Now, this is what you need to add into the game to give that depth, give that realistic depth. Okay, now we know we have ratings in the game already for, spectacular catch and traffic, press and release, and play recognition. But we need the value that those skills brought. They need to reflect in the game, okay? Because they all weren't just given. You know what I'm saying? These are all abilities that there were certain things that had to be built up in some cases. Like, if a smart quarterback, if the defense ran the same play over and over and over, you built up that light bulb, and then when it was full, you could see the play. Same, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of stuff that we need to see happening in the game here. We need to see that kind of stuff brought back. So in that way, it comes to having that effective personnel, and now you're bringing that uniqueness in terms of the type of personnel that you scout for, that you may want to trade for, and that you play with, whether you're playing online or if you're playing offline, if you're playing in your CFM or whatever. Because, like I said, football, any sport, it's about tendencies and abilities, not hard-coded number ratings. But the key thing is, if this kind of stuff were to be brought back, which, like I said, definitely needs to be brought back, it would have to be done right. There's just no excuses on that. It has to be done right out the gate. Okay, especially on this generation of console gaming. That's why this game is arguably one of the best Maddens to date, still to this day. You know what I'm saying? And you can make a legit argument for the quality of the game you received in that. So, but yeah, that's all I got on this video, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on these things as well, and I'll be back to you guys with more videos. Alright guys, take care. Peace. Every Thursday night, tune in to the Sim Standard Radio Show featuring myself, Sim F-Ball Critic, and Azure Effect. The link is in the description to listen in, and to call in, the number is 914-338-0794.